Let's take a walk. Today we're going to do a walk through the forest and do a mindfulness exercise where we engage the 5 senses. We're going to identify 5 things that we see, 4 things that we feel, 3 things that we hear, 2 things that we smell, and 1 thing that we taste. So let's begin. 5 things that I see. Well, I see Emma, my puppy here. I see how black she is, and her stars and stripes on her collar. The next thing I see are all the leaves. And in the leaves, there are various colors, different shades of brown. The next thing I see, among all the shades of brown in the forest, are all the vibrant colors of green in the leaves, in the different plants. In the moss growing on this stump. And occasionally there's some grass in here. Another thing I see are the spots on the bark. Giving such variety to the wood pattern. And the 5th thing I see, well, in this dense forest, is the blue sky up ahead. For the 4 things that I feel, well, I cannot deny all the poking of the sticks below my bare feet as I walk in a grounding or earthing method that connects me with the earth. I also feel the solid stone beneath my feet, as you may notice during your walks. I feel the texture of the bark, how rough it is, and even that there's moss growing within the bark. And the 4th thing that I feel is the softness yet dryness of this moss that grows at the base of the tree. Emma wanted to check it out. So for the 3 things that I hear the sound of the leaves as I walk and as Emma walks. I hear the breeze whispering overhead as the trees softly blow. Normally I hear the sound of birds. I don't hear any right now. So the third thing that I hear is Emma's breath as she lightly pants during our walk. The two things that I smell as I walk through the woods, I smell an earthy smell. The smell of dry leaves. Typically, this is a smell reserved for the fall season when all the leaves are falling freshly from the trees. But when you're in a forest, it gets to capture that smell throughout the year. I also smell a dampness. The light smell of decay, as the forest is a circle of life, changing with each season, bringing about new life emerging from the earth, and reclaiming life that has completed its cycle and that returns to the earth to nourish future life. And lastly, I taste a little bit of sweat, the hint of saltiness as I lick my upper lip. Because on this warm summer day, in a slow walk through the forest, I was able to lightly perspire, which is the body's way of cooling itself as well as filtering and cleansing itself. So sweat is not something to be feared, but to be recognized for its benefits. I encourage you to take a walk or even to sit and practice these 5 senses in your own mindfulness practice, where you identify 5 things that you see, 4 things that you feel, 3 things that you hear, 2 things that you smell, and 1 thing that you taste. Thank you for joining me on today's walk.